Today, family members. Yesterday, we saw Sunrisers Hyderabad put on an absolute tactical masterclass, beating Chennai Super Kings, or rather, you may say, thumb them by about 6 wickets with about 11 balls to spare. And because of that, SRH have moved to fifth in the table. Chennai Super Kings remain third on the table, but there are massive issues indeed. Ruturaj Gaikwad and Stephen Fleming both highlighted the one area that is of serious concern for CSK, and that is their inability in the death overs. In the death overs yesterday, CSK managed just 38 runs. And Ruturaj Gaikwad was quick to point that out that yes, the impetus that came in the death overs was just not there, and that is why Chennai Super Kings were 15 to 20 runs short. Stephen Fleming, the CSK head coach, also highlighted this fact. And because of this, Chennai Super Kings managed only a total of 165. And truth be told, Abhishek Sharma's fast start ensured that CSK did not even have a chance. Mukesh Chaudhary going for 27 runs in an over. And let us see how that pans out in the long run, because Chennai Super Kings have injury issues. We don't know how long Matisha Patirana will be sidelined. Mustafizur will be back for the next game, but then will it be a case of too late? Stephen Fleming highlighted that yes, it's IPL, that is how it is. Injuries are part and parcel. You will miss certain players in that sense. Now, Stephen Fleming and Ruturaj Gaikwad inadvertently have highlighted a problem. How on earth will CSK manage their batting and bowling composition? Because in the bowling composition, if you look at it, why has Shardul Thakur not been given a game? Because he's an all-rounder, and also because he can ensure that the batting bats till number 9 or 10. But we have often stated 8, 9, 10. If the batting is there, it is notional. It doesn't matter if they can do it. So, bowling is the main strength of CSK at this point, but unfortunately, with Mustafizur's unavailability and also with Patirana not been there, your death overs are struggling. And it is because of this we have to understand one thing, that CSK are now starting probably their slump that always happens in the IPL in the middle of the season or during the quarter of the season, whatever way you want to look at it. 2020, after winning the game, they then went into a slump. They never recovered. 2021, they recovered. 2023, they recovered. 2022 also, they didn't recover. So, these are major trouble areas for CSK going forward. Sure, I have kept them still as a top 4 team, but it is not going to be an easy journey for them. Now, yesterday there was a very strange, if you look at it, obstructing the field withdrawal. Pat Cummins and SRH had appealed for obstructing the field against Ravindra Jadeja, but then Pat Cummins decided that okay, we will not appeal for it, we will take the appeal back. Now, many people are interpreting this, and Mohammad Kaif interpreted this as a tactic to keep MS Dhoni in the shit. If Ravindra Jadeja had fallen early, MS Dhoni would have come in, and maybe instead of 165, it would have been 180, 185. Now, the problem is we are all thinking that MS Dhoni will do a repeat of what he did about 4 to 5 years ago, and we are reading too much into the Delhi Capitals now. But understand one thing, MS Dhoni, when the pressure was down, when the match was gone, only at that time he managed to score. And it's because of this. In setting a total up, would MS Dhoni have done a great job? Sure, he thrilled the audiences. The decibel levels went through the roof whenever he used to come out to bat. 128 decibels, 138 decibels. But that is just about it. MS Dhoni is batting at 7, but if he bats higher up the order, everybody else's batting position goes out of position. That's the problem with promoting MS Dhoni up the order. The main cause for CSK's loss also was the low strike rate. Ruturaj with 123, Rachin Ravindra also struggling, Ajinkya Rahane with the 116 strike rate, Daryl Mitchell struggling, Ravindra Jadeja also struggling. 5 batters struggling with their strike rates, only propelled by Shivam Dubey, who hit 45 of 24. So that is why it is very important to understand that Chennai Super Kings' batting template is an issue. Now, with Dad's Army moniker that's been there for 5 years, it's now gone. Teams will now be planning very, very ruthlessly, and that's what Pat Cummins' SRH did. There is an undercurrent to this loss, and if it doesn't work out, CSK are in serious trouble at this point. Now, the current hot topic, as we all know, is Mayank Yadav. He's spoken to Sports Today, he's spoken to several media outlets about the need to ensure that he takes it one performance at a time. He has to ensure that, yes, he continues the consistency. Now, many people have waded into the theory that, yes, Mayank Yadav should be fast tracked into the Indian cricket team, at least for the T20 World Cup. But what about test matches? Shane Watson believes, the former Australia player, he believes that do not fast track Mayank Yadav into test match cricket because his body might not be up for the rigors of test match cricket. Why does he even have to go through that? Why does he even have to put his body on the line then? Agreed. So far in the two white ball games in IPL, he's done exceedingly well. But then it's just two games. So we have to approach it with a bit of caution. What if Mayank Yadav does not do well in the game against GT? What if in the subsequent games he goes for runs, doesn't pick that many wickets? So we have to have a bit of caution when it comes to Mayank Yadav in that sense. So Test cricket seems to be out of the periphery for him, but there is a chance that he could be in the reckoning for the T20 World Cup during April end. So that will be very important to say the least. So that is the IPL at this point. Today you have Rajasthan Royals versus Royal Challengers Bangalore. RR still undefeated. RCB are struggling. But in the last couple of years, Royal Challengers Bangalore have had a really good record against Rajasthan Royals. But the unfortunate thing is this time, this Rajasthan Royals team, if you are an RCB fan, it's bad news because Nandre Berger and Trent Bolt have been really, really good. Avesh Khan has been fantastic in the death overs, and Yuzi Chahal and Ravichandran Ashwin are doing a very good job in the middle overs. As far as the batting is concerned, yes, the top order is not delivering with the likes of Yashasvi Jaiswal struggling, Josh Butler struggling, but everybody else, Riyan Parag has been the difference maker this time around. The batting is a bit wobbly. That is why it will be a rather close game, but I think Rajasthan Royals hold the edge in that sense because they are also playing at the Savai Man Singh Stadium. They are not lost at home yet. So this week you are seeing home dominance come back after some games you saw where the home teams were losing. So that is the match today. Rajasthan Royals versus Royal Challengers Bengaluru. Let's see how that shapes up. But now let us move to other sports. And the big news that is coming is from the candidates tournament. In the morning at about 4 o'clock, I had done the first major news event that happened. Vidit Gujarati beating Hikaru Nakamura. Vidit Gujarati beating Hikaru Nakamura, one of the favorites in the candidates tournament, is one of the biggest achievements that has happened. Not since Vishwanathan Anand, or it's just that how many Indian players have won a match in the candidates? Vishwanathan Anand. The list ends there. Vidit Gujarati joined the list yesterday with a brilliant 29 move win against Hikaru Nakamura. Nakamura and Caruana from the US are considered as one of the favorites, and that is why this is a big win. But in a rather bittersweet way, if you look at it, whatever way you want to look at it, whatever fan you are, Gukesh defeated Pragnananda, and that kind of throws the entire Indian contingent wide open. So Gukesh, Pragnananda, that match ensured that it was an epic game, and that is why Gukesh, there was positional changes at certain points in time. A complicated pawn structure ensured that perhaps it would end in a draw. But Pragnananda blundered and Gukesh capitalized on it, and because of that, at certain points, Gukesh had blundered, but Pragnananda could not capitalize, and that is why a big win for Dommaraju Gukesh. So, Gukesh and Pragnananda, those were the two names that really battled out, and they lost in that sense. So, big news coming from the candidates, Vidit Gujarati and D. Gukesh winning in the candidates games. As far as the other Indians are concerned, Vaishali Ramesh Babu unfortunately lost to Tan Zong Yi. Koneru Hampi was held to a draw by Katerina. So that is why it's going to be very interesting indeed. The candidates is just hotting up at this point in time. As far as other sports is concerned, today onwards, India will take on Australia in the 5-match hockey test series that will happen at Perth. The Kookaburras, as always, have had an excellent record against India, and this is part of the Olympic build-up also. 5 tests against Australia, and then after that in May, India will be heading to Belgium for the candidate for the FIH Pro League. They'll face Belgium, they'll face Great Britain, they'll face Argentina in that. So that is why it is a brilliant, brilliant initiative indeed. So 5 test series beginning at 2 p.m. IST between India and Australia when it comes to hockey. Let's see how that shapes up. So that's the current situation. I'll take some questions at this point. Australia captain for SRH, it always works 2009 and 2016. Shreyansh Pudipati saying absolutely. Mayank Madan is saying CSK all of a sudden is looking at a struggling team. Also, what could be the changes for RCB tonight? It's tough. I mean, what are the changes that you will get? Maybe perhaps a bowling change, but the batting seems to be sorted. Perhaps you'll pick a Will Jacks, but in place of whom? Maxwell's struggling, but you're not going to leave a Maxwell out. Green has been doing okay. Faf has been doing poorly, but Faf is the captain. That means either you play 3 foreigners and have an impact as a foreigner. Bowling wise, make it an all Indian bowling contingent. So that's the change that I'm looking at. Shreyansh Sharma, can India drop an Indian senior superstar because of slow strike rate? And I'm enjoying the talk about strike rate in our T20 is changing very quickly. Well, you can't drop an Indian senior superstar, Shreyansh. When has that ever happened because of a slow strike rate? It's never happened. India goes by the cult of personality, and let me tell you one more thing. Reputation only in the terms of average and runs, nothing else. Strike rate is not looked at that often. That is why a Jitesh Sharma will be viewed differently. And Jay Prakash, no talk about SRH team, only CSK. Jay Prakash, what show are you talking about? Because I had mentioned about how SRH really batted well. And I highlighted CSK's major flaw that allowed SRH. And I have also spoken about a certain obstructing the field incident. So either you're referring to a different show or I don't know what you're talking about. Shreyansh Sharma, 6 hitters are now the skill you need in T20. Unfortunately, our 3 format players are poor in that skill. Agreed. I can't disagree with that, Shreyansh. Do you see any changes in that WCT squad? Shreyansh, looking at the way how it is, we all know what the squad is going to be. I mean, if I tell you my squad right now, Rohit Sharma, Yashasvi Jaiswal, Virat Kohli, Surya Kumar Yadav, Hardik Pandya, Jitesh Sharma, Kuldeep Yadav, Ravindra Jadeja, Mohammad Siraj, Jasprit Bumrah. These are the 10 that I have. Avesh Khan, that is 11. Shubman Gill will be there in the reserves. Akshar Patel, 13 will be there as your reserves. Mukesh Kumar, 14. The 15th individual could mostly be a Sanju Samson. That is my thing. Or a Rishabh Pant. That is my world T20 squad at this point in time. Rinku Singh also will be there. But in place of whom? So Shubman Gill, maybe one of the bowlers, Mukesh Kumar goes out and Rinku Singh comes in. So Rinku Singh is also there as my 14th member. 15th member is Rishabh Pant. So that's the way I look at it. So again, the entire squad, if I tell you, Rohit, Yashasvi, Virat, Sky, Hardik, then you've got a Jitesh, then you've got a Jaddu, Kuldeep, Avesh, Siraj, Bumrah. Then you've got a Shubman Gill, you've got a Sanju Samson, you've got a Rinku Singh, and you have one more individual. Maybe I had mentioned Sanju Samson / Rishabh Pant. Maybe you could have an Akshar Patel. That's your 15, Shreyansh. Shreyansh, is giving captaincy for other players curse for CSK? It seems to be, but then you have to be ready for the curse, Shreyansh Pudipati. Because you can't always have Dhoni captaining at the helm. It's not a permanent captaincy in that sense. Shreyansh Sharma, which team do you support in IPL or you don't? In this IPL, I'm not supporting any team, Shreyansh. That is the problem at this point. I am not supporting any team in IPL 2024 this time around. Whoever wins, wins. Whoever loses, loses. It gives me far more independence to ensure I critique that team or I praise that team. So that is the current situation. Sara is saying 135 kilometers will get smashed. You will regret Mayank Yadav call. But again, is it right to fast track him? If he gets injured, he might get found out in international cricket. You need to go through the grind. Certain old school techniques never change. Maybe for 2026, Mayank Yadav, that will be the thing. I laughed so hard when you said meme on Dhoni. I mean, yes, I mean, that is a meme that's going around. And it is not, you may say, factually incorrect or factually correct. It's just a joke that is going on. A joke can be interpreted in both ways. So today it is Rajasthan Royals versus RCB, Royal Challengers Bengaluru, at the Savai Mansingh Stadium. Also, watch out for the hockey update, India versus Australia, and later in the night, the candidates tournament. It's only getting better and better at this point. Round 3 will happen. So let's see how India fares in that. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this live. We'll be back with more updates on sports straight. Tap that bell icon so you know when we go live. And don't forget, we're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as well. Bye bye.